Hey. Oh, we saw a fist fight, and that was zany.
This is gonna be one of those movies that at the end of the year, when I'm trying to put together my bottom 10 list, I'm gonna have 8 slots filled and be trying to remember how bad this movie was. It was fine.
I was wondering who got punched more in this movie, Ice Cube or Charlie Day, or you hitting yourself throughout the...
I was hitting myself in the head a couple times. Well, there must be people in this world that like movies like this, the ones where you're just feeling a character's anxiety attack for an hour and a half.
Uh-huh.
And, like, every time... For me, though, I hate them. You know I hate them. It's an established fact that I hate them. And so every time the character makes a decision out of that anxiety that is, I know, going to lead to more hijinks and uncomfortable moments, like, I know what I'll do. I'll stow drugs in his classroom and frame him so that the police will come and arrest him so I won't have to get into a fist fight. And I'm like...
You know, it was at that point in the movie I stopped rooting for him.
I'm like, you were supposed to root for this piece of garbage.
Yeah, like, I mean, not that I like Charlie Day a lot, and he does get a lot of laughs here, but at that point in the movie, maybe even a little bit before, actually probably quite a bit before, I was like, yeah, Ice Cube is the hero in this movie. He really is.
There's no hero in this movie.
If you're going to pick a side.
I'm sure not going to pick a side. There's the two teachers, and the one of them is obviously a sociopath.
Yeah.
And has decided that this is a teachable moment, because he had a nervous breakdown in his classroom, smashed up a desk with an axe. The superintendent called him in, and he's like, I'm gonna fire one of you, or I'm gonna fire both of you. And Charlie Day's like, fire him on account of he smashed a desk up with an axe, like a grown-up would if he'd seen a teacher smash a desk up with an axe. And Ice Cube is like, oh, you shouldn't have snitched. I'm gonna beat you up at 3. And Charlie Day's like, but why? He's like, because this is a teachable moment.
Because snitches get stitches.
stitches.
You know what? All of that makes sense to me in this movie's universe, because 20 seconds into this movie, it establishes what kind of world a movie like this is taking place in. This is very much made by people who really liked like 80s high school movies like this, that where
reality has no sway.
Yeah, exactly. So really, like, all of that stuff about how he's got an axe and he flings it at the desk, and all of the wild shit that's going on in this movie, I didn't mind, because it really does take place probably in the same universe that, like, Screwballs does. I mean, the movie practically is a remake of 3 O'Clock High. Like, in the first 30 seconds, this whole movie takes place on the last day of school. So you're seeing these pranks going on, like sliding down the stairs on a mattress, setting a meth-crazed horse loose through it, putting the principal's car in the middle of the school, like setting off these paint traps, hanging up signs that say, like, last day of school, bitches, eat pussy, and things like that. I'm like, okay, and it establishes this in the first frames of the movie. So from then, I'm like, okay, now I know what kind of world this is gonna be in. I
agree with you wholeheartedly, because it reminds me of an 80s hijinks movie, in that all the characters keep doing monstrous, horrific, unforgivable things, and I'm still supposed to root for them and think they can teach me a lesson at the end. Because Ice Cube's smashing up desks.
Yeah.
Charlie Day completely loses his mind and starts, like, sicking people on this man who's obviously got mental health issues.
Yeah.
Jillian Bell is doing meth like crazy and hitting on high schoolers, which we're supposed to act like, oh yeah, it's crazy. She's so zany because she wants to fuck children. She wants to fuck children.
In a movie like this, that makes sense to me. Like, what I dislike about the Jillian Bell character aren't those jokes, because, like, that makes as much sense in this movie as
anything else.
Yeah, exactly, as anything else. As Christina Hendricks going around.
Why was she in this?
Because, you know, she couldn't decide between this and Bad Santa 2 and decided to do both. This is a way better movie than Bad Santa 2. But what bothered me with the Jillian Bell character wasn't that, because that goes along with everything else in this movie. It's that it was the same joke over and over and over again. Every single one of her lines was something to the effect of, she wants to fuck the students, and if it isn't a line like that, then she does drugs. However, I thought the final joke in that was a pretty good payoff.
You were
with her
the kid that she was
I've
being
been
like,
ig-
oh yeah, he's playing games with me, and the kid's like, what are you doing?
Uh-huh.
And at the end, it turned out he was playing games with her, and then they made out.
That actually, I that got a laugh out of me.
Because he's 18, so it's fair game now.
That actually, it did get a laugh out of me. Like, there's
There
things.
were a lot of things in this movie that got a laugh.
No,
out of me.
I honestly, I laughed quite a bit at this
It's
movie.
not a good movie, though.
It's not. It's a movie. You know what? Here's a test of whether a movie like this is straight up bad or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's whether or not we stay during the bloopers.
Yes.
And we did during this. Like, we did stay during
Mm-hmm.
the blooper reel at the end. There is a lot of stuff about this movie that doesn't work. But it really is a throwback to really wacky shit like screwballs and loose screws and things like that. And I did laugh, honestly, a pretty fair amount. It did get some big laughs out of me. But there's stuff that doesn't work in this movie.
For me, the test is whether when I laugh, I get mad at myself. And I didn't really in this movie.
No,
But
neither did I.
that being said, there was a lot of stuff that really pissed me off, and it's hard to tell that whether it's because I hate this kind of movie
Uh-huh.
or if it's because this movie is objectively bad.
Uh-huh.
But I will say I did like the Jillian Bell character. You're right, it was one note, but the note was working for me.
It got old for me after a while, but it came back around at the end.
Yeah.
It did.
Well, she's so funny, and I like her comedic timing, but I think that was helping.
Yeah.
Christina Hendricks was annoying the crap out of me because the only point to her character was to show up and be like, look at my boobs, I'm crazy, and then just wander off again. She contributed nothing to the plot.
Yeah. She is probably only in about 5 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, so why? Why was she in this movie?
Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, it's not like she's a main supporting character in this. It's a total throwaway thing, but it's not much of the movie. She got one laugh out of me when she first pulls out the butterfly knife and is talking to Ice Cube. After that was just the same joke over and over again.
Well, she was referencing it at people who weren't there for that conversation, and so you have to feel like they have no idea what she's talking about, even with the context.
If there's one thing this movie establishes is that news travels fast. Because, like...
Her and Ice Cube were the only ones for, like, the you should cut his face from here to here conversation. And then she kept, like, referencing it. People were like...
Like, within 5 minutes, everyone in everyone in the world knows about this teacher fight that's going on.
Hashtag teacher fight.
Exactly. The stuff with all the pranks and everything was pretty much landing for me every time in this movie, because it was absurd, the shit they're doing in
Teenagers
this.
are really big into penises now, apparently.
When, in a movie like this especially, but like, it wasn't working for me so much when they let the students talk.
Yeah, that goddamn... I keep on calling him a newsy kid, but you know who I'm talking about, Dean or whatever. So it's the buy me a MacBook Pro.
Yeah, whenever they let the students talk, I was like, I realized this movie's a cartoon, but I was like, man, just knock these kids upside their fucking head. Like,
I'm fine with that.
Sometimes that happens in this movie, which was good, but
And consequence free.
I figured, like, when a guy like Ice Cube is one of the teachers at your school, you probably wouldn't fuck around that much, especially in his class. Like, this movie is not supposed to be realistic, but if there was one thing that was asking a lot of me, it was that. It was like a little pipsqueak student poking the bear, and that bear is Ice Cube.
Do you remember in Keanu where at the like all that zany stuff happened, and at the end they're like, "Oh no, you two are going to jail for a very long time on account of all these laws you broke," and they're like, "Okay, yeah, that makes sense." That was refreshing in a way that makes me notice in movies like this even more at the end when it's like, you all have your jobs back, everything's fine, your face has a cut on it.
I know, I liked that. I enjoy that in movies. So when it's that kind of movie, really the test isn't whether this is going to be one of the best comedies of the year. The test will be if I laughed or not, and really that's it.
Yeah.
And I did in this. I did laugh quite a bit. There's things that don't work. Like, this movie has no business doing the I need to make it to my daughter's recital
This guy
cliche.
had so much on his plate in this one day, and I don't know if it's because they couldn't pick a thing for him to learn a lesson about.
So they picked both. Not only does he have to, do they do the I'm going to be.
His wife is pregnant.
And his wife also goes into labor. So the
His daughter's doing a talent show that he has to dance in. He's got to do this fist fight, and he's being interviewed to make sure that he keeps his job because they're doing layoffs at the school. So we've also got a lesson to learn about our broken education system.
It was just. It wasn't really a satire of those cliches.
No.
It was
They were
just
playing it straight.
yeah. It was just doing them, and I'm like, okay, this movie doesn't. I mean, I guess I respect it in the sense that it didn't pick one, so it settled on three. Like, okay, so you just kind of went for all three of them there. It still doesn't fucking work.
Charlie Day's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, after a while, like, I was rooting for Ice Cube. I was like,
I was just so tired. I wanted whatever was going to happen to him to happen to him.
no, I was too. After a while, I was like, I've seen the trailer for this movie, and it is one of those trailers that shows you every bullet point of this movie. So I was like, all right, can we kind of get to the fight? Like, I know it's gonna get there eventually. I mean, the movie is only 90 minutes, so it's not like it's too long by any means. It just, after a while, like, all right, let's just
wrap it up. We know he's going to get punched. We know he's either barely going to make it or barely not going to make it to the talent show. We know he's probably going to get fired. Kind of all the stuff he's broken and the drugs
They'll
he's
get
done.
their jobs back.
They got their jobs back.
And so once it got to where he was wanting to plant drugs on Ice Cube, and one scene in a jail where things already seem kind of at least toned down between the two. Not that they're cool yet by any means, but they're not arguing. And he picks that moment to try to get a bigger guy in jail to try to attack Ice Cube. Like, man, I was like, you kind of do deserve an ass whooping.
You ever bitching about election with me? I feel like the thing that I hate most about that movie is that he's such a shitheel with like the littlest amount of pressure in his life that you can't really root for anyone. And that moment made me think of election, and that it's like, well, why do I want this piece of garbage to win?
Are you talking about Matthew Broderick?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't really rooting against Matthew Broderick in that movie because I thought Reese Witherspoon was a million times more unlikable.
They're both monsters.
They're both monsters,
He's just
but
kind of like a quiet, shady, sneaky monster.
yeah, but she was such a monster that I was rooting for his monstrous activities. I was like, you know what? Fuck her. Yeah, rig this shit.
I feel like fuck everyone.
I mean, I'm more of the if I had to choose type person, I guess.
Because, for me, I'm not choosing. Because, like in this movie, Ice Cube and Charlie Day are both monsters. They're both terrible people. I'm rooting for the day to destroy them both.
It's a universe where most people are terrible. I think my favorite prank was apparently the students hired a mariachi band.
The mariachi band was pretty
To
amazing.
follow the principal is Dean Norris, by the way. And so they hire a mariachi band to just follow him throughout the day.
So there's moments where he's like teachers in his office, and he's like reading them the riot act, and there'll be like a lull in the conversation. And you're like,
God damn it!
My favorite prank was that one kid who decided to just stay in the bathroom and masturbate all day.
Yeah, that was another kid who I was like, you just need to be knocked upside your head. Like, I don't blame Ice Cube for being a sociopath in this movie. Like,
None of these people value their educations at all.
If anyone was teaching at a school like this, they would turn into Ice Cube after like a day. Like, when he bursts in with an axe and chopped the desk, I was like, I get it, man. Like, I honestly do.
Well, it's because the teachers have it so rough. They're the razor's edge of a breakdown.
Well, okay, like, that was one more thing, too. It's like, I also don't know if this movie has any business trying to be this, how do I put it?
At that, how do I want?
It's trying to be this,
Preachy?
like, Yeah, like
It's like, so you see, audience, the education system is so broken that we are pitting teacher against teacher. There's like a news story on the TV at the very end of the movie. It's like, teacher fighting teacher. What is wrong with their education system? Everyone's up in a ruckus. Something must be done. So if teacher was fighting teacher, our reaction would be, keep those teachers hired at the school in which they work and buy them some more school supplies. Hooray, we fixed it! Woo!
Yeah, this movie didn't need to go into like we're equating something to what's in the news. Like, I mean, really,
Ripped from
like,
the headlines.
Ripped from the headlines. Like, okay, I don't know why that's a thing in this movie, but I laughed enough in this movie to where like it's. For me, it's like a solid rental, honestly. Like, I don't know if I
It's
can.
gonna be on Netflix eventually. Watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, like, totally. Like, Ice Cube can typically always get a laugh out of me, honestly. Like, more so in something like this than, like, the shitty kids movies he was doing. But, to me, this would be a totally solid rental. I don't know how much I can justify, like, seeing this on the big screen, because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work. There are jokes that don't land, but the ones that do got pretty big laughs out of me.
Yeah.
It's, you know, there will be far worse comedies than that we'll see this year.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Oh, we got trailers for some that will probably be the case.
All Eyes on Me.
Oh, the Tupac movie.
Tupac/Biggie movie.
Right, because like when I didn't know that they were making that movie, so when the trailer started, I was sitting there like, boy, that guy looks an awful lot like Tupac. Today, I knew it. I mean, everyone's been saying for years he's still alive, clearly.
And then he's got that hologram back. That Coachella or whatever he was at.
He keeps putting out new albums, all of them very topical. One thing about that movie too is like, there's somebody playing Suge Knight in this movie, which was also the case in Straight Outta Compton. So I'm wondering if it's the same actor, and if so, if they're doing like this shared universe rapper bio thing, which would be kind of amazing.
It would. This is probably what Irving probably at this one.
Yeah, I mean, he and Brian were. So the reason why I wasn't at Straight Outta Compton, because I kind of wanted to see it, was I was at a couple of different movies that night, and that was about a 2.5-hour movie. So Irving and Brian went to go see it.
Yeah.
This one, all depends on if there's a few other things I have to be at that night. I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably ask Irving.
Yeah, this movie would be a waste on me because like I was alive when all that happened, but I wasn't really listening to that style of music, and I wasn't paying attention to the news. It's like I started watching that OJ thing, and David's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. This is the background to this story." I'm like, I remember like the Bronco, and I remember the verdict, and a couple kids in my class were super mad.
I remembered all that shit. I loved watching that miniseries, like, because my mom and I watched the trial like day in, day out when that was going on. So when the OJ miniseries, People versus OJ Simpson, was airing, my mom and I were on the phone with each other like afterwards. We're like, cute. I remember this, and everything. It's like reliving good times.
I'm like, I remember David Schwimmer in Good Times. He was in the Pallbearer, poor guy.
I liked the Pallbearer.
There you go.
The shitty one was fucking Kissing a Fool. That one was
I liked Kissing a Fool.
Oh, so you're the one.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm the one who liked the Pallbearer.
Wait, did I like Kissing a Fool with the Matthew Perry one?
No, that's Kissing a Fool was Schwimmer. Kissing a Fool.
Okay.
You're thinking of
one with him and Selma Hayek.
You're thinking of Fools Rush In.
Yeah.
I like that
was a
one.
good one.
Kissing a Fool is the one with Schwimmer and Jason Lee, where Schwimmer is engaged and he's like, I want to put her to the test. I'll have my best friend hit on her.
Ah, you doofus. You're David Schwimmer.
That was a tick. I think Jared's Uber's here. What trailer were we talking about that got us on Kissing a Fool?
All Eyes on Me.
The Tupac? All right, makes sense.
Maybe David Schwimmer will be in this one as Robert Kardashian.
That'd be amazing.
Baywatch, which we've talked about before, but I still think looks amazing.
Me too. That looks really funny.
I like it when he's talking about his balls. They just talk like this, man, but they're wise.
Dwayne Johnson is hilarious, and Zac Efron's cracked me up whenever he's been in
He's
goofy
good at
comedies.
comedies, yeah.
He is. He's really good.
Well, because he looks so earnest in the face, and then
Yeah.
just bullshit comes out of his mouth. Life, which I was playing on my phone for that. I think you actually went to go get concessions.
I've seen that trailer many times. So
It was
I went
actually
to,
a new trailer. It showed more like tentacly arms, and Ryan
seen-
Reynolds was crying, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I've seen that trailer for it too, because it's the one that starts out with Spirit in the Sky, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'd seen the longer trailer for that. I hope it's fine. It's got a good cast.
Uh-huh. I don't know.
That'll be me and Brian.
Oh, good. Snatched, which is Goldie Hawn, and I kind of hope there's 3 movies that night, so we can just go ahead and skip it, because you guys know what it's probably going to be.
Snatched.
Yeah. The House?
That actually looked pretty funny.
Which one's that?
The one with Will Ferrell where they're
Oh,
opening
right.
a casino. And the reason why, I think, because usually I'm not one for...
Mantzoukas.
Exactly. Like, I'm not really one for Will Ferrell movies, honestly, but Jason Mantzoukas is in this, and what looks to be a pretty big supporting role.
Uh-huh.
He was cracking my ass up in this trailer. Like,
At the end when they actually cut that guy's hand off, he's like, "This, you tell your friends you get more of the whole."
they need money, so Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler open a casino in their house, and Jason Mantzoukas helps them, and they catch a guy cheating at one point. He's like, we need to be like De Niro in Casino, and they do accidentally chop someone's fingers off. Like, that trailer got some laughs out of me.
That was so much. He's a hey dog man. Chips.
That looks like shit.
Oh, I thought it looked funny.
Chips.
Yeah, I'll go
Oh.
see that one.
I mean, I'll probably be at it too.
And then in December, we'll be debating which was worse, Chips or this movie.
Chips, I don't know. Like, it just...
I like to see Dax Shepard working.
No, I agree with that.
And I like that Kristen
yeah.
Bell's playing his wife, it looks like.
Yeah.
Because I think they're a cute couple.
I like Dax Shepard. This looks... I don't know. Something like Baywatch looks really, really funny, and this looks like...
This had an awful lot of like, oh my god, don't touch his penis jokes.
Like, most of the trailer was just like, don't touch my dick, bro.
No, it was, don't touch my face with your dick, bro. And he's like, what are you, a homophobe?
Right. It was a lot of that in this trailer. This really does feel like something out of the 90s, honestly, with all the like dick touching jokes in the movie. I don't know. When I looked at this trailer, I was like okay, Baywatch looks pretty funny. I liked 21 Jump Street. I liked Starsky and Hutch, but I'm like,
Do we know who else involved, the Chips?
I don't, honestly. But watching that trailer, I was like, not everything needs to be a spoof adaptation. Like, I mean, okay, with that being said, I don't know how straightforward you could do an adaptation of Chips, but at the same time, I'm like, not everything needs to be fucking 21 Jump Street or Starsky and Hutch.
It's gonna be, they're making Unlikely Pair, and there's gonna be a bunch of, like, cool motorcycle chicks, because there was a bunch of them in the trailer, and I'm a sucker for shit like that. And then Eric Estrada's gonna show up and be like, hey, and then it's gonna be the end. It's fine. It'll be the summer movie.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Baywatch could be terrible and Chips will turn out awesome.
I hope that they're both awesome.
Well,
I choose life!
I do too, in the sense that, like, I'm gonna have to sit through both of them, so I don't want them to be bad.
Girls Trip.
Oh, well, I don't...
That one will probably not be good.
Probably not, and I'm like you, I'm thinking like, that's Dave and Brian for that one.
Although that trailer did have a quote in it that I enjoyed, which was, you can't get an infection in your booty hole. It's your booty hole.
Ugh.
Like, oh, honey, you're going to get so many infections in your booty hole.
That
It's
was
a
at the...
mucous membrane. You can still get infections in it.
That looks like that's going to be all of that character's lines. Is just...
She did say it kind of adorably.
Slang they've made up or just learned on Twitter. I don't know.
Want you to use your lady mouth.
Oh boy, when you girls get together.
It's all just talking about sucking dicks and talking about menfolk. And peeing on crowds.
The nicest thing I can say about that is it looks better than Mom's Night Out. Which, should be a given. Everything should be better than Mom's Night Out.
At least in Mom's Night Out, they talk about something other than men for a while. Like how stressful their children were and how we accidentally killed the pigeon.
What was that in Mom's Night Out?
I think it was. I think it was actually the husbands that accidentally killed like a parakeet because the one had it in his pocket and forgot.
God, I can't remember. All I remember is that movie feeling like a 4-year-old's take on the mental health system. Like, fuck that movie.
All I remember is the parakeet got murdered unceremoniously, and that woman had really pretty hair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And she had like a weird hidey hole. Oh my god, now I'm remembering more about it.
See?
She had like
Right?
a hidey hole in the walls where she'd like go and watch footage of like an eagle with her young.
Yes, and she had her mommy blog where she was sitting there with stress crippling, and it was supposed to be hilarious.
Yeah. That poor woman, I hope she got like medication.
Oh, she's way dead.
She just drove into a lake with the children. Mom's night out too. Lakeside.
If
view.
that's how that movie ended, I'd have been like, best fucking Pureflix movie. I don't think that's a Pureflix movie, but it's got some of the same people in it. But like, you know what? I kind of recommend this now. It was leading somewhere off a cliff.
Mom's night 2, Shutter Island.
I think I'm seeing that tomorrow, The Cure for Wellness.
Tell me how that is, because it looks too scary for me, but it does look good.
I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to that. The only reason I'm not at it tonight, it's 2.5 hours, and I got to see 2 movies.
You gotta sleep sometime.
Like, yeah, right? I saw 3 movies last week. That was only because Lego Batman had a 5 p.m. showing.
Is that good? I want to see it.
It was all right. It was fine. I liked the Lego movie better.
Okay, then I'll just wait and watch it.
It's one of those where, like, you know how, like, the internet is, where it's like, you can like something just fine, but if you don't love it, that means you hated it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I know it will.
All right, so next week, I think, is Get Out.
Ooh.
I know, I'm really looking forward to that.
Ooh. That movie's gonna give me an anxiety attack.
Right?
I feel guilty already.
So I think that's next week. I don't know what else there is, but I gotta head in and see the Great Wall, find out how that was built. Oh, just in time. See ya.
Bye!